Hello. Here we are. What allergies haven't destroyed yet? Hello, Josh. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Cat's over here cleaning itself, shaking the desk. Cozy now? Oh, man. Awesome. Yeah, I've seen your garden, man. It's amazing. It's like you started back in the winter. You should name you Goat Gardener, Josh. You've been a hot one, I'll tell you that. Hey, Larks. Howdy, howdy. Hey, sometimes the kitchen is a great place to be. Every day is a journey, man. It's a new experience. Every single day is a new experience. Let me tell you, it's been. I'll just turn the radio down. It's been a weird week, man. Can't believe the weekend is almost over. That went by pretty fast. And it's like I said, it's been hot. Oof, too hot. And took my window air conditioner apart. Found out the motor's gone. So guess tomorrow I got some things to do in town. So I'm gonna look at getting another air conditioner. There's no way I'm gonna live in this cracker box without AC. There's no way. Just posted a video of the fox over here in the woods next to me. This fox has been making its rounds. Oh no, Larks, I've got fans. It's just humidity has been ridiculous. As you know, the more humidity, the hotter the air feels on your skin because there's moisture sitting on your skin that makes the heat unbearable. And if you notice, my eyes a little red, red right here. It's not pink eye. It's from these freaking allergies. Yeah, yeah. It's been this. I think this whole week, off and on, has been hot. We've been in like the mid 80s up here in central Kentucky. It's not been it's not been very comfortable. Ragnarok's homesteading and outdoor adventures. Good evening to you. Yeah, we're doing good, bud. It's good to have you in here. Yes, we're kind of wanting some rain. Would be nice. Uh, as long as it's not one of those rains where it rains for a few minutes and then the humidity jumps up to 80%. I could I could go for a whole week of rain. Well, no, maybe a couple days. Um, Refresh my memory, Larks. I can't remember where everybody is. I can tell you. Yeah, okay. I should have known that. I blame it on the I blame it on the allergy medicine and old age. Well, yeah, my weather thing doesn't want to load on the computer. I guess it got too much going. Looks like Wednesday we have a pretty good chance. It'll be 74 Wednesday, 50 degrees at night. And it's saying 41% chance of precipitation, and it will be light rain showers. That's what we're looking at. Hey, Super Ken, what you doing, bud? You all right? It's always cool to see people, other people on here from Kentucky that, we've got lots of friends, all over the country and around the world, but it's awesome to see people from Kentucky as well. Oh, that's good. Good. Howdy, Garden. Good evening to you. I have a cat over here staying out of the way. It's kind of laying over there. It's too hot to really cuddle. So, wish you don't mind cat fur all over you. Was hoping, and it still might happen. I'm not sure. We're only going to do about an hour and a half, if I can help it. As I said, I've got things to do tomorrow morning. I have to get up early, and if any of you know me, I'm not a morning person. So, uh, but it's stuff that has to be done. And like I said, my AC died, so I'll probably have to pick up another one. And hoping I can find a good deal on one. Not looking to go broke just buying an air conditioner. So. Been kind of messing around with the radio more often now that Kentucky Goblin is really my neighbor. He's up the road, and of course for now I've been using the GMRS radios, and I have one here as a base station. Carolyn Lowe, good evening to you. Yeah, well, it's been hot and humid here, Carolyn. It's not been. It's actually, if you had to do things in the house and you didn't have really good like central air, stepping outside felt pretty good. But if you stood one place for very long outside, the sun would cook you. So yeah, Homestead Aquarius, how you doing? All right, you take care of the puppers, and we'll be right here. But so me and Kentucky Goblin, we've been on the radio, and thanks for sharing me out. Appreciate it, Homestead. Uh, we we both have GMRS FRS radios, and we did. He actually surprised me with a really good range test. He was running a walkie-talkie. I mentioned this last Sunday, and matter of fact, I've got a map taken from Google Earth. Hopefully, we can find it without disconnecting ourselves. All right. Yeah, we got it. Cool. Cool. Always good when something's right at your reach. Let's see here. Present. All right. That comically, I named this Catlandia. Obvious, for obvious reasons. I have a lot of cats here, so we call this Catlandia. This is where I live. No specific road names or anything on there, so calm down, YT. Don't freak out on me. So this right through here where it says Catlandia and the longest red line to the Dairy Dip, which is a little mom and pop stand off one of these side roads here. That is right at 3 miles. He was on a walkie-talkie that was basically it's one of those FRS GMRS combo walkies that you buy at Walmart. I think you buy like a 2 or a 4 pack. They're called ONN, and that's what he was on. He surprised me. He called me out on the radio, and so I thought I would map it out. Map it out here on Google Earth, and over here where you see the shorter red line, that is right at a mile. So my road is basically, if I had to say, about 1.75 miles. What you can't see that's been cut off down here at the bottom left underneath Catlandia is where it joins the main highway. And of course, here's Houstonville over to the right. It was really clear. It was a really clear transmission. So it gives you an idea the capabilities of these radios. My base station is a 15-watt Midland MXT 115. It has a base station antenna outside 20 feet in the air. And this blob of brown right here to the top right of the Catlandia pin, that is a knob. I'm shooting through the side of that knob to get to the Dairy Dip. It's pretty impressive. I have in the past been able to talk to a little further up north on the main highway, Highway 127, which there's a Dollar General store, and it's about 4 miles and 2/10 or something like that, some odd number, but it's about 4 miles if we want to round it off. And that was a little staticky, but we did make the trip. That was from base to a mobile, and that was a few years back. I think that was right before the Red Dragon. So um, I think it's a good plan. Good idea. Just get out there and test your equipment, see what your limitations are. This looks like fairly flat ground, and for the most part, it is flat. Um, but you do see these big splotches of green and brown. Those are ridges and mountains and stuff that we have to deal with to the south of my home. Everything to the north uh, and to the west and east is pretty much wide open. Everything to the south is just a mess. It's hit or miss. And we did try talking from Catlandia to the south, and it was a no go. I could hear him in there, but it was just so bad that we knew we couldn't carry on a conversation. So that gives you an idea of what we were capable of doing. Just a walkie-talkie and a mobile radio that's been hooked to a power supply and a big antenna. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Solid waste. There is, um, you know, uh, there's going to be some limitations to everything, even radio communications, and it really does depend on what you're using. Like GMRS, FRS is UHF, which does a good job of penetrating through walls, but it doesn't understand working around large objects. So that can be a limiting factor. Yes, I agree, Carolyn. The test runs are crucial in knowing what you may need to adjust for. And I had thought about in the past adding another section of pipe, get the antenna up another 10 feet, which would put it roughly at 30. But I've been amazed at what it's able to do. Um, I've talked to stations that were south of me to, um, they were up in a higher location, slightly higher than me, and we communicated. There was a little noise in there, but you can expect that. And I have a cat. I don't know what it's doing. I think it's trying to get a toy. Okay. Yeah, but you're gonna see that kind of even CB radio, which is in the high frequency band, has certain limitations. Most of the limitations on CB is just people. Normally, it's just people. They always have to run a lot of power just to get across the street. Um, Carolyn Lois says that's not a bad idea. Idea just to see, you might hit New York and Colorado. Oh, okay. I may have to go over there and get that toy for the kitten. No, okay, she changed her mind. She doesn't want it. Got a video in the works for a new CB that both Kentucky Goblin and myself have bought, and just here recently, the FCC has made FM available on CB. Normally, CB is AM and signal sideband, but now when they've included FM, which is a little bit more private, less noise, less aggravation, and no closer than we are. It should be just perfect. So this is a Radio Oddity Pro 27 CB radio. Does AM and FM. Look how tiny that is. Like, I could palm that thing. I had an empty cigarette pack here. I could lay on top of it. But, of course, now that I want it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Not much, just a little bit bigger than a pack of cigarettes. Now, this is what radio's going to. Smaller packages. So far, I'm impressed with it. I haven't talked to anybody. I've just been listening, trying to get a feel for the radio, how it works and everything. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of people in my town that run CB anymore. Most of them have quit or moved off. So Kentucky Goblin and I are about the only ones left. Well, it looks like we have awesome.
I made it.
You made it, man. It sounds good, and it looks just like it.
Too much noise in the background or anything?
No.
All right. There's a plug and play deal. I just plug it into the USB port and run with it.
Good deal. Good deal.
This is the first time I've had it plugged up, even hooked it up. I didn't even, brand new in the box.
It's got a clear picture.
Good. Well, clear as anybody wants to see my ugly face. I got several masks. I may want to put a mask on, for, I don't want to ruin your channel or anything.
Yeah, well, I can do that all by myself.
Have we got anybody in here right now, or it's just us two running our mouth?
We got people in chat. That's
all righty. I can't see chat, but that's all
right. Up in the right hand corner, there's a chat bubble that says comments.
Yeah.
If you click on it and it turns blue, it should open the chat up for you.
Oh, okay. Got you now.
Okay.
Yeah. This is my first time being on somebody else's stream, so I originally got all this stuff, the camera and the mic, to do my own stuff, and just never did do it. I just always put out videos, edited and put them out. I never did do no lives, but now that I've done all this, I may have opened up a Pandora's box for myself, and I'll be in here every night. And oh my God, get him off of there, would you please? I will pay you money to do not let him on your stream again. We'll pay you good money.
I'll fight him. I'll tell them no, we can't have that. You can't tell me who I could have on here.
I had to. I was stupid me. I had to restart my computer. I had everything hooked up. Went to type in my handle on here, and I double keyed it, and it makes it a little clicking sound. I said, "Oh crap!" I just run and restarted it because of the old computer.
Uh-oh.
My fingers do it sometimes. I'll accidentally hold the button down longer than they should, and it locks it up.
I still hear you, but your video stopped.
Oh no! Well, it might clear up a minute. I don't know. This is a cheap camera, so I don't know. I wasn't paying any attention. There
you go.
Now let me plug it back up.
Yeah. Might have to go down to the bottom after you plug it in and press the cam button.
Okay, I see it. There we go.
Yeah.
All righty then. I'm getting a handle on this technology and stuff. I'm glad somebody coached me through it. Everything you're doing all right around there? You heard any more of that noise?
Nah, no more. No more fox. Must have moved on down the road or the woods.
After I got to listen, after you showed it to me and let me listen to it on the radio, I said, man, it dawned on me that has to be a fox.
Hey, Janice, good evening to you. Yeah, actually, I did post it on my channel, but I'm going to play it here just for the heck of it.
Yeah, I heard it. I watched it on there.
Of course, this is a produced version of it.
Yeah, that's pretty. If you didn't know what it was, you'd be like, "Oh my God, what in the world is that?"
Yeah.
How would you like to be camping in the woods and hear that?
No, I think I'm good.
I would be like, well, if I didn't know what it was, I'd be go, "Oh my God, it's Jason Voorhees or somebody else go through the woods."
Well, when you said that you were outside, you were on your walkie, I was like, I'm gonna go out there too. It's probably cooler. It was loud. I mean, it sounded like it was just like maybe a few 100 feet from the edge of the woods there, and it just the first call that I heard sounded like a woman screaming, and then it sounded like it had pointed towards my direction because that's when it got the loudest. And I'm like, oh, it's on its way to me. I probably shouldn't be out here.
Well, when you first told me about that on the radio, you said it was doing like a screaming. It sounded like a woman screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a cat, a big cat. But after I heard it, after you cleared it up on that program you ran it through, it really brought it out, and I could pretty tell it was a fox.
Yeah, so they're probably the one that you and Jordan have been seeing. So.
That same one's been down here, same one. Oh, dirty looking fox. It was like a dirty fur. It wasn't dirt. It was just how it was made up, gray and red and all mixed in together.
Yeah.
Looked like you fill in a big barrel of paint spattered all over him.
Yeah, old ways. I've actually been. I had my ex-wife's grandmother lived in Indiana, and she was just pretty close to the Indiana Ohio border. She lived up on top of a mountain. That this driveway, I kid you not, it spiraled up to her house, and it was pitch black at night. And you weren't allowed to smoke in her house because they had oxygen in there. So I stepped outside and they were kind of giggling. I'm like, okay, well, they're women, whatever they're talking about, it's got them going, and no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, just as soon as and she explained this to me, she said, just as soon as I told your wife, that he's going to hear that panther out there, sure enough, it let out that scream, and I threw my cigarette. I threw my cigarette down the driveway and came back in the house real quick. It was not something I wanted to meet in the dark.
Would have been really funny if one of them idiots was walking through the woods back there, as you always seen back there, and crackheads,
Yeah.
and him and that fox ran each other. Oh, look at that dog, man! Cool. Go
Can you imagine?
bite him and give him rabies. He'd be a rabies crackhead running around here. That's all we need is some mutated form of a meth head.
Drool, frothing up the mouth.
Yeah, which you couldn't
I do
really
that
tell.
anyway, but
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference because they're generally doing that anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Dixieland
God.
Homestead. Good evening to you. Yeah. Oh,
Bear
I
with me.
can't catch you.
It's the first time I've been doing this, and I'm looking at the chat and trying to read it. Yeah. If you hear something in the background, I don't know if it's Mike's picking it up or not, but I got a cat in there calling her babies around. She's not saying nothing now, but
Yeah, the speakers on this laptop aren't very loud.
yeah.
One day I'll buy some computer speakers. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
shared the map of the I guess you could call it a radio check with you were at the Dairy Dip,
Mm-hmm.
and
Rabid crack zombie. We don't need any of them here.
no,
We just got the regular homegrown variety of crackheads. But it won't be long when they start interbreeding with these animals back here and get rabies. Cool, dude. Let's go pat that doggy. Yeah, go ahead. Help yourself. That's a good doggy.
There's not too many crackheads left on this road.
No, they've all been incarcerated. Ooh, they've been incarcerated.
So our new excitement is wildlife.
Yeah.
I could deal with that. I would much rather wildlife in my back door than
Oh yeah.
Somebody knocking on my door for a handout, all strung out and crap. Yeah. Yeah, but I can't wait till we test these radiodities out and
Yeah. They get my. Well, I would already been on the air if my antenna that I was sticking up in there the other day decided to just droop over. It drooped over like a wilted flower.
needed some Viagra, huh?
Yeah, Viagra wouldn't. No, it was done beyond that Viagra. It was broke. It was hooked up. I had it just exactly the way I wanted it up in the air. And I said, and I had him look up. I said, Oh my God. I just gave up the rest of the day after that. I said, it's not meant for me to do anything like that today.
Well, there's like I said, there's I still got one out here if you wanted to use it until you get yours, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm no hurry. It'll be here one day this week.
Yeah.
You know what? Not changing this up. I'd already had all this hooked up, but I had been having so much to do here lately.
I
So
know
I
you've
thought,
been running the roads. You've had a lot on your plate.
yeah, trying to, you know, do things and been so daggone hot, you don't feel like doing anything during the day, and I'm not able to get out there in that hot sun. If I get out there very long, of course, my wife tells me you should wait till it cools down. Well, if I did that, then I would get nothing done.
Yeah, right.
You got to do a little bit, and then if, in my condition, with heart and diabetes and stuff like that, you got to kind of just take it easy. But every once in a while, I'll get in one of them big energy spurts, and I'll pay it for it later on that afternoon.
You gotta dispel that energy somehow, right?
Yeah, there ain't no. I should get me one of them big boxing sacks and hang it on a tree out here and beat on it when I get on it. And I put one of these crackheads' face on it. That way I could just.
I was just I was just about to suggest that.
Oh, me and you on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
We can't give up, people. We got to keep going. No matter, you know. I think that's been my biggest with my faith in God and everything. That's helped me a lot and quite a bit, and just not giving up in my stubbornness, and that's helped me more than anything. Being stubborn.
yeah, but I think God
Uh,
already knows that.
the old lady says you better be careful out there. Well, I plan on it. I don't plan to do anything dangerous like climbing a tree or something. Yeah.
Standing 1 foot on tippy toe on a step ladder or anything.
I'm not going to be playing with hand grenades or anything out there,
But
or anything.
but she's got to look out for you just like you look out for her. It's just how it works. Shane, there's not more relationships like that.
After tonight, Barry's live stream will be like YouTube will be missing him. Say, we're going to have to advise you that that person you had on there, we can't have that. We can't have that much ugliness in one spot. Uh, But I feel pretty confident that being right next to Barry's picture there, it kind of makes me look better. I'm
Fair
sorry,
enough.
Barry. I didn't mean to get you off track. But like in the days when we was on CB a lot, we'd get talking and one get rambling too much and tell them to shut up and let me talk a few minutes.
I tell you what, seems like the locals are all giving up, and just a
Yeah.
couple. There's only a couple left, and they don't like each other.
Well, I always enjoyed listening more than I did anything because there's an old man used to tell me, he says, if you listen, you'll learn more listening than you will talking.
Yeah,
A good portion of the time.
and eventually somebody's going to hit on something that, this happens to be a lot, and I feel that need to just mash the button and say, "Here's my opinion on it."
Don't do no good.
They
I
hate
learned
it
that.
because they don't want to hear it because it makes
Yeah.
sense. That's why they don't want to hear it.
Uh,
But at SHTF, they're going to be so lost because they won't be able to run all that power.
yeah.
They won't have anybody to pick on because they, they've already
Well,
run everybody away from them.
well, in a
And
power
they're going
grid,
to look for help.
well, if the power grid goes down, which they are pretty much saying it, they might well just come out and tell everybody it's going to happen. But if that happens, then they won't be. They'll barely have enough power to even run the radios that they have. Mobile or something like that runs off of a battery or solar power, what have you. But they won't be running no big amplifiers,
Mm-mm.
and they might well. I don't know why they just don't come out and just put it out there. I guess they don't want to start a mass panic, which it would do that. I mean, if you look at it one way, I mean, if they put it out there, it would be, on CNN and all that other fake news fake places. If they started coming out with it, then oh my God, there'd be people running to Walmart buying all the toilet paper up, and you want to have no toilet paper.
Yeah.
And you know, but that's where it's at. I mean, you just got to use your common sense and you know get you a group and get you some kind of communications where you can communicate with each other and that way you can help each other out and don't have to uh, risk walking to your neighbor, unless you
Hello,
had to.
Carol. Yeah, it's because that's going to be risky walking.
Well,
And of
there
course, I
might
mean,
be times
unless,
there may be times you have to, and like somebody needs something or needs you know help, like first aid or whatever, but you won't know that unless they can communicate with you. I mean,
yeah,
they got one of them little walkies like I got, them little cheap Walmart walkies is just as good as anything. If you got a way of charging the batteries up on them, uh, when them AC adapters, with inverters, power inverters, and generator, something like that, solar panel, stuff like that. Just use common sense when you're thinking about things like that. None of us have Wad's money. If we did, we'd be better off, but we don't. We had to make do with what we got. Uh,
yeah. If I had wads of money, we'd already have a bunker. But
but, uh, you're going to make is Homestead going to make a big hamster wheel for them and their dog? Are they going to run in it, or is it just for the hamster?
well, I reckon he's going to make
I'm going
electricity.
to make a big hamster wheel generator for me and the dog. For you and your dog? Okay. Well, that would work.
They have a pathway through the woods away from the road. See, we know about that. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Good to know your surroundings. We'll put it that
you
way.
got. It's good that you know them things like that now, because like I was telling Barry, I mean, if they only do that, it's sometimes it's normal for somebody to take a stroll through the woods. You know, that's normal, but we're not. Not just the way they are. They're not normal by any means. They're trying to avoid being detection, is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh, right now, I wouldn't walk through the woods if you was. Well, I probably would if you paid me, but uh,
Well, I wouldn't do it
ticks.
unarmed.
You come out there and you have ticks all over you.
Yeah,
You can't even walk in that in the
I
open yard
know.
with getting ticks on you.
My garden's what 50 feet from my door, and I did not touch any plants. It's still clear where you cleared it out for me, and I still had them on me.
We
You
we
know,
get ready to
this,
go. We were getting ready to go to church tonight, and walking out to the car, and she says, "This something?" Wife said, "Is this something on my back?" I don't know. Let me look. Look, there's a tick on her back. I said, "Mom, oh my God, how long has that thing been on there?" and I couldn't pull it off. I had to take my knife out. And she trusted me with her back turned with me and a knife in my hand. Okay. And I scraped it off and I doused alcohol on it. And that's about all you can do. Let me take the tip of this knife and I must dig into it to make sure I get all the that wouldn't happen. I don't know how, there's little ways that you can prevent it, but you won't find ticks on you, no matter really what you do.
And these are no bigger than the period.
Little bitty,
on
tiny
these,
bastards.
in the messages here, it's no bigger than that comma.
Yeah. This one here was a little bigger than that. This is one of your regular ticks,
Oh yeah, the
I asked her, I said, "What have you been doing? Rolling around in the front yard or something? How'd you get that?" You're worse than the cats getting ticked on them.
Yeah, seed ticks. Yeah, deer and seed ticks. I think they're both
Deer.
called deer and deer and
flat sucker. Liberty flat sucker.
Yeah, hello, Gear.
Hello.
To keeping
You can mark this day. You can mark this day on your calendar as that you've seen the most ugliest person in the entire United States or the Northern Hemisphere.
they haven't kicked me off YouTube just yet, so
Well, you ain't got no complaints yet. That's what it is. You got to get a certain amount of complaints. Oh my God, my screen! I had to turn my screen off because I couldn't even stand to look at it. Go to visual to make a little icon only. I would have thought by now, but my cats would have been in here roaming. But it's awful quiet in here. I think they've had their pretty good day outside, and they've come in and were passed out in there somewhere. When they're quiet, sometimes you have to go in and look. Not sure, sir. Not true, sir. I don't show myself. No.
It's true. He doesn't.
Well, normally I don't either. As soon as I figure out how to get me my icon on there, I may flip back and forwards to that. Before and after.
You just have to make an account on
Yeah.
or
Oh, I got a YouTube account. It's got my Google and all that.
oh, okay. You see the three dots next to the microphone on the small preview of you?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You click on that and it'll say edit avatar, audio avatar.
Oh, okay.
Then you can upload but it may not save it because you don't have an account on StreamYard, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how, because I have an account, but
Yeah, I'll deal with that or maybe next time or something.
every time my leg itches, I think, oh God, it's a tick. You get a little paranoid after you get a couple on you, and you think every little, itch or something that you feel on your leg, you think, oh God, it's another tick.
Geared Right in 19 says he's the ugliest person. Well, I guess he should know. That's like me. I know. Yeah. Oh my God, he flashes. Oh my God, now we, no, please.
It's about I was about to say, we could bring him up, but I don't know if it's gonna.
Now, if he's prone to do things like that, I don't know. This is your stream. You take the chance. This will, yeah, we need a little humor.
I've got some. I got some wire I've been thinking about stringing outside for a shortwave antenna, but
Yeah,
it's kind of weird because that old Radio Shack receiver still
yeah.
pulls stuff in just on that antenna that came with it.
I got two. I got two I can play with. I got an older one and the other one, but it's hard to get me motivated on some things. I can't just do things on a whim. I have to want to do it. You know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to be in the mood. Like my CB, I have to get in them moods to get everything back in order again.
It's dead all the way around. All 40 is dead.
Well, that's a good thing. Didn't used to be that way. This time of night, they would have been so noisy that you couldn't even. You'd have to turn it down to keep from listening to it.
Back in like the early 2000s, I was seeing Skip run up until 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like,
yeah. That, and I always did like listening to Skip part of it. I've talked a few of it.
I like it when it's like not on every channel and it's quiet, but you got just a few people skipping in. I don't like it when it's like during the day and you got Channel 6, the Super Bowl going, and then you got Channel 11 and you got 28. It's like people just stepping all over each other, and it's like,
you've probably done this too. I've been on low bands before on the low channels, as they call it, just talking. I think you might have been on there one night that me and you we were just talking around months, and this guy comes in there, and where you from? And I'm from way off from here. Oh my God, I wouldn't even run any power or anything, just talking.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that when I can do it without power.
Yeah. It's more fun. I don't like using an amplifier. I don't. It's just too much to fool with. I mean,
well, it's like we were talking the other day, and I wish it could go like this, but I would be tickled to death if they, one, brought back licensing, two, if we were restricted to FM, because there's no amplifier. There's very few amplifiers that will amplify FM on CB.
Well, it just makes common sense to know that any kind of communications is better than none at all. When it gets down to a scenario, which I hope it and pray it never happens, but I'd rather things be just like they are, easy peasy, But if it ever goes down and you need help or your neighbor needs help or whatever, you don't know anything about it because you can't talk to each other. I mean, the more they talk, it's just a matter of, pretty soon it's, they know exactly when it's going to happen. By them issuing the Sergeant of Arms issuing the giving out 50 senators satellite phones, which is highly irregular, 51 to be exact. Sergeant of Arms done that. And with them telling all the hospitals and
prisons
and jails that not they should have, but they must have 10 days of food on hand.
They actually started it out as we suggest, and then it changed to
Yeah, they
no, you
changed it
have to
pretty
do it.
quick
Yeah.
due to supply chain disruptions, is how they placed it. But when you hear little things like that, and when I first heard, I said, "Oh, this is bull." You hear anything on the internet, I mean, anywhere. But when you hear it from multiple places, you know, and you should pay attention to it. And if you don't ever use that stuff, hey, it ain't. You're going to use it whether anything bad happens or not. It's always there. You're not wasting any money.
Same way with preps like food. I mean,
Yeah, first one said
nothing
food.
happens. You don't have to go to the grocery store until you run out of those preps.
I'm telling you, it's like I was trying to expunge that to my sister the other night. She called me, and I think I halfway penetrated that thick skull of hers, but it's hard to say. But uh, I was telling her, I said, I'd rather have it on hand than to have to take a chance on going out and getting something I need and have to deal with all these people that's going to be out there, and you're going to take a chance on somebody robbing you. They'll rob you, and if they know you got something and coming out of the store with it, hey, they'll just take it from you.
And, and to put it in context, it's easy for everyone to understand. The situation that Kentucky Goblin just brought up. Imagine Black Friday, okay, amplified
Mm-hmm.
times over. Can you imagine?
You know how much
People
they
get
fought?
hurt.
Yeah, how much they carried on over a TV set, fighting each other and stuff. And look back at COVID there, how it carried on. People was buying all the toilet paper up and everything, and there was some instances of people getting robbed in the parking lot. And you just multiply that by 1,000 if something was to ever happen, a grid going down situation or something like that, then I'm telling you, people, if you can keep from finding, you're gonna find trouble soon enough without having to go look for it.
Yeah. To answer your question, Larks, I think what you're looking for is actually already on Amazon. Um, I can't speak about the heated water dish, but definitely can say that they do have solar powered fans for chicken coops.
Yeah.
And it's actually two twin computer fans for probably about that big,
Mm-hmm.
side by side, and you just set them where you want them in the coop, and you put your panel to the south facing part of your coop. Remember, when you deal with solar power, you want your solar panel pointed south because of the arc of the sun.
Oh,
It will always stay. Go ahead.
Old Ways Gardening made a point there. They're going to get rid of the grocery store. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that there's only 3 days of supply of food on the shelves at any grocery store. 3 days, that's it. And you take all these people that will be rushing to the stores at the same time, that won't even last three. It won't even last 3 minutes or 3 hours. You can only imagine. Like I said, I hope it never happens, but you know, oh, they'll be loaded within 3 hours. Yeah, yeah, and especially in these big cities. In the
Yeah.
big cities and the big metropolitan areas, they're going to be the ones going to be hit hard. Just look what's happening now, and there's nothing really going on. Looking how they're killing each other on a daily basis in different states, Chicago and what have you. Just imagine how it's going to be then. You're better off if you don't need to. You're 100% better off. I might need to go get me a couple rolls of toilet paper. Just have on hand. You never know.
I didn't understand the whole run on toilet paper during, the Red Dragon because the symptoms weren't crapping yourself to death. To be blunt
No,
about it,
I never could figure that out.
like
It was
because
almost comical in a way.
somewhere along the line, somebody must have on TV, like news, must have said it's like the flu, only worse, and people just automatically thought, "Oh, I'll be crap! Oh, I gotta get some toilet paper," And then next thing you know, they've got mountains of toilet paper in a cart and probably a shopping cart with their husband back there pushing another one. I don't know.
Just the basic things. Most people normally will have at least 2 or 3 days of food anyway. On a normal basis. Anyway. Uh-oh. My monitor just blinked.
I
My
wonder what
monitor
happened there.
Yeah, my monitor just went blank and no signal. I said, "What the crap I made? Did I say something wrong?"
Wasn't a screensaver, was it?
It could have been, but it said no signal on my monitor for just a
Oh,
second.
your cable could be loose too.
Could be.
Make sure it's not a kitten down there batting at it,
Don't see any. It'd be hard for them to get to it. But
yeah.
That's the first time it's done that. Of course, I need a new monitor anyway. This thing here over the hills.
It's a desktop, right?
Yeah. Oh. No, I don't have no little kittens around here yet. Well, there. I got one meowing.
I heard it. I was like, wait a minute. Yes, I do.
That's the mommy. Are you one outside? Let me let her outside.
All right.
You want to go out? Well, come on then. Oh, no, you're not going out. Oh.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I've ate them bumblebee little snack things. There's not much in them cans to even. I guess it would get you by, but sometimes it depends on which one you get.
Oh,
I soon eat cat food.
I can't. Yeah, I've tried some of this. I tried a couple of those bumblebee things, and God,
I'd have I
the
guess
cats wouldn't even touch it.
It would beat nothing, but it would have to beat nothing. It'd be on my. Well, all I got left is them bumblebee things. It's either that or that possum that's digging around in my trash.
Yeah.
Possum. I'm going for the possum. Smothered in it. I'm going to smother it with them. Take the bumblebee, tuna, whatever it is, chicken, smothered into the possum sauce and give it some flavor. Good, Mike, you can see her tonight. See her, Mike right there?
Cool.
I've had that thing for damn near 2 years now. Oh, did I miss? I think I got. I'm not as bright as it was. What did I do to it?
Oh, you bumped it when you put the mic down. There you go.
There we go. Oh my God. You don't need. I got another light I could stick a light bulb I could stick up there. It makes a little. It looked like it's circuiting. It's one of them Halloween things.
The one in my kitchen does that by itself.
Oh well,
One
this
of
here
those
does.
LED lights.
I said, cool. What's he? Was he in a dungeon? No, my electric always does that.
Yeah. Those hamsters are getting tired of running
Yeah.
that wheel. Power your
Well,
house.
see, I got enough cats here that if I was to build me one of them hamster wheels, they could power it.
What? Well, I missed something there. She was our South Florida sunshine being dark. Yeah, dark humor. Sometimes that is the best kind.
Dark humor. Some people don't even have a sense of humor. I'm a lot better than what I used to be. I used to be just talking, and I would just start joking and stuff, like I was doing a minute ago, and I would do it too much. And a lot of people, and I didn't realize it that there's a lot of people out there that don't like to hear all that joking and laughing. They just don't have no sense of humor.
You know, when things get really rough, sometimes that humor is the only thing that gets you through.
A good
You know,
laugh, a good
and
laugh will do wonders for your soul.
well, that and prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Both,
That, well,
both.
you know what I mean on that. But
Yeah,
uh,
you have to be a little. Well, I think Carol, would she have to be slightly dark or have a little slightly dark bit of humor to live in Florida? Because
well,
me and Goblin, we have to have a bit of dark humor to live on this road.
well, I've lived here all my life, and it's nothing like it used to be when I was a kid growing up around here. But that's how progress, if you call it progress, and change and what have you. But you know, it's just so different around here now. I don't know if I was telling Barry this or not, but everything is just so different. When me and you was talking about what on the place up in the holler there that you liked so much that you looked at on Google Earth and all that.
Hmm.
And I know the family that lived there, man. I used to go there as a kid, man, and it just seemed like it was in a different world to itself as a kid, And we'd go up there and visit them out. Used to hunt back in there behind the house there and everything. And when you were back there in the woods, you just felt like you was totally different in a different dimension or what have you. But that's the way it is around this valley here. It's always been that way until you get and then the crackheads and everything. They're not bad in here or anything, but they try to filter in every once in a while, and they generally don't last long.
It is getting better.
Yeah, they the riffraff and you know
Um,
I try to be friendly with and think good of people, but you can't on a lot of times they'll take advantage of you or what have you.
I hear something creaking back there. I'm like
I heard that too.
looking looking at my ceiling. Hope that's not my ceiling.
I heard that too.
That would suck right in the middle of a live stream. Have your ceiling come crashing down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. YouTube strikes again, Possum Aquati. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah. Well,
I mentioned it in chat though in Messenger.
they
Uh,
never gave anybody a notification. But no, I just go through my daily life. I know this stuff is out there, and it's going to happen. And I mean, if it would just be by myself, I wouldn't be half as worried about it because I can take care of myself. But when you got a wife and you got kids and grandkids out there, and you worry about them and everything, and that's what makes it a little bit, frustrating, But
It seems more urgent, though, doesn't it?
it gives you more sense of urgency on everything. You don't want to fall asleep on it. I mean, I was making a comment the other day. It's just like when Noah was building his ark. People made fun of him and laughed at him. Oh, he's building an ark and there's nowhere near water. Ha ha ha, and all this. Until the water started getting up, and they was trying to get in, and by that time it was too late. The doors was closed,
Yeah.
and I can only imagine how he felt. Trying to get the word out, which is coincides with today. We're trying to pass along a little bit of information. I don't claim to know everything, and I'm always learning every day. And I'm be 60-year-old next year, but uh, you're always learning. But
He's still
like,
young. Well,
what is that?
there's that spot I was telling you about.
Spider.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle of the screen. That's that. I'm gonna
Oh
zoom
yeah,
out.
okay. All that. All of that. Oh yeah, I got you. I
This
know
pin
what
right
that.
there is where I live.
All right, it's good. Get on down there a little closer where I can look at the road and I can tell you back where. Uh-huh.
Gotta be right back in here somewhere.
Go
If you,
go toward your house a little bit. There should be a little. Oh, I see it. Yeah, that's where it's
yeah,
at.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see the opening right there.
That to your left of that open space right there. To your left, right there, right about where that field is right there. That first field you showed me there,
Yeah.
right there. Now that there, I think I know where that's what they call the. Well, it's just right across the road from me. They lived on the edge of the woods. Is where they lived at.
Well, we zoom out. I'm not gonna give your location away, but Catlandia is my place. Then this is going towards your place. Up here where this pond is.
From that pond, you go straight to the southwest. That's there should be a little road right there going right along the edge of that pond into the woods.
Yeah, you can almost see it.
No, not you too far.
Oh, okay.
Come towards the pond.
Right down there.
Yeah, down below at the bottom of the pond.
Oh, okay.
Right there. See where it looked like a mobile home right there?
Yeah,
See that little road right there? That little road right
yeah.
there. You follow that and it goes all the way back here to the dead end.
You can almost see it. You can almost see where it's cut out because it's darker right there.
And it goes about right there. Right there's where the house is at. About on back up towards the pond. All right, keep going up. Right on in there.
Right here, that bare spot.
Yeah. I'd have to look up straight up, but
Yeah, I can't. I don't know why it's not wanting to.
that big open field there, just to the left of that pond is my dad's old home place. They used to own all that.
Cool.
That big open field there years ago.
Those those are natural ponds, aren't they?
Yeah, that area is. Yeah,
Yeah.
about where your cursor is, up from to the northern part of that. There used to be where the house sit at, not the arrow cursor. No, okay. Straight above that pond, straight north of that
This
pond.
pond.
Yeah, straight north, about 2 clicks right there where them trees are at. Right there used to be
Okay,
south of
there's a road.
yeah,
Can see the
used to be
road
a house
still.
there. If you follow that barn right there all the way back, see that barn?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, follow it to the west, all the way to the west. See how that road goes? It kind of runs
Yeah,
into that one tree looking thing. And
yeah, right here.
straight up above it is where our house is set at. The old home place house.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell
But,
you what, though. You see why I say that would be ideal, though. This one spot here.
oh, I see that. I can't.
You know,
That's on the other head. That's Price Holler. That's what they call the Price Holler. I know
and
where it's
there's
at.
my house is right there. Let's see.
You have to
Move
drop
that up.
one more brick ridge to get to that, and that's a steep ridge right there.
See at that. Look at that elevation. 2000. See, 2000. Oh, I saw it a minute ago.
There's a
Like,
road. There's a road going to it, but it's not used a whole lot. I don't know can't remember exactly where the road comes in. I think it comes off of the 78 side somewhere.
they have it. I don't think they've been down 78 with Google. I'm gonna try it though. Oh, they have. Okay. Wow, it's really blurry. Yeah,
Have you got cats in the
folks. There's a
background?
church up this road that had. It's, huh?
Have you got cats meowing in the background? Oh, never mind. I do. They're
Oh,
fighting out
okay.
front. They're fighting out front.
I was gonna say, well, mine are over here rattling a bag.
They're fighting out front. I'm about to go break it up in a minute.
Trying to get to the church that's been converted to a house. There it is.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, there it is. The church has been converted to a house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had pictures really blurry. Good job, Google.
Yeah, they do that, but I like to do everything else.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Them stupid cats. Somebody's using regular bud to kill snails. Let's look.
Yeah, it works.
What is regular bud? I'm stupid.
Budweiser.
Oh, there's a joke in there, and I'm not going to go there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Bud Light.
There's a joke in there. Y'all are going to get me started. Oh Lord! And you know where I'm coming from on that.
Yeah.
He turned those bugs and snails. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't want this is your stream. I don't want to get you in trouble.
What you doing? Wait. Now, don't jump on that counter.
That, in my opinion, that would be the only thing that Bud Light is any good for. Is to
Killing
pour on
slugs.
snails.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I think you could use salt too, can you?
Yeah, salt will kill snails.
Hi there.
Oh, meow. Yeah. I got
Oh,
my cousin's coming tomorrow to get a cat. She wants a female, and I said, "Well, I'll look." But I told her, I said, "I'm telling you right now, if one of my two favorite cats is female, you're not getting them. I don't care. But I'm gonna pick her, try to find us the female. There's one of them's female. I know. I got to get rid of them.
yeah.
I got to give. I can't have all these cats,
I,
man. I love them, but I mean, they,
I'm gonna
uh,
have to thin the herd too.
my
Don't want to,
between my four kittens here and the other cat that had three
but
kittens,
maybe.
that put me with a total of 10 cats around here.
Yeah.
You know, they don't bother anything, but I just can't have that many cats around here. That's too many. Getting back on subject of the possum, I had a dog, man. I think would kill a possum. I mean, he would hunt them up at night. When I lived right above you there, Barry. Uh,
Rango?
yeah, Rango. He would go. I never had any possums up there as long as he was up there. He'd go hunt them. I've seen him many a day out there on the behind the house. Get head one down. Hey, he was a pretty good dog. I mean, I raised him from a pup, and I really didn't want to get rid of him, but my next door neighbor kept on complaining and this and that. And I never did hitch him up. I tried it a couple times, and it just, he'd break the harness and stuff. And I just let him run free range. He didn't really bother anything, but I could see where he was at. He might be aggravating somebody. So to keep down trouble and me having to have a felony on my charge on my ticket. I went.
Yeah.
I told her. I said it's the best thing to find him a good home and give to him, give him away. And I gave him to a police officer over in Garrett County. He come over here, picked him up. He told me, he said, I was telling him about why I was getting rid of him. He said, "Well, you want me to go over and have a talk with him?" I said, "No, no, that's all right. Well, I think it'll be okay." But
He was silly. He had his silly moments, but he was a good dog.
yeah, he didn't bother anything. After that, and after I got rid of him, I just never did want any more dog. If I lived out without too many neighbors around, it'd be different. But
Yeah. Well, mine are pretty good. My neighbors. I can't really complain. One in front of me, you know, they watch out. They watch the property when I'm not at home, and then I watch their property when they're gone.
yeah,
The couple up the road in your direction
ooh,
are good. They're good people too.
there ain't many people lives around here now that lived here when I was a kid growing up. Just a few.
Yeah.
All the old people are all the old people are gone. They.
Come here, baby. All right then.
It's the camera a little bit. So we'll be all right. But yeah, but all in all, it's still a pretty good place. It's off the beaten path a little bit, just enough to where it's quiet for the most part. Even though
This really is this valley really is a good place to live. It's just
even though we do have a state highway going through it now, so but
yeah,
it's not as traveled as you think.
no. I actually I think the other end of it is more traveled than this one,
Hmm.
and which there's more people and there's more side roads. We don't have side roads on ours.
Hmm.
Uh, what side roads we got really are private property, aren't they?
Yeah, mostly.
But the other 906, unless GPS has been fixed, they keep saying I live on the other 906 and this
Yeah.
fancy house, and I don't, you know,
I've had people that would come here and they go the other 906.
yeah,
No, we come this one. And you gotta explain it. The GPS, oh, no, my GPS said, no, your GPS is stupid. Take it back to Walmart where you got it at.
it's a wake up call when you realize that you're becoming the old people.
Pretty much me and my cousin, and me and my cousin, and my second cousin are about the only old people. Well, the original people lives around here. Well, no, I got my cousin's wife lives next door now. Well, he passed away a long time ago, but there's very few of the original old, people that used to live around here. They used to call it by my last name, Town, and
Yeah,
because everybody was related to everybody around here. Everybody, pretty much. Some I don't claim, but that's beside the point.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've got family like that up north, and I don't claim, but
But
I just have one sister that doesn't get along with anybody. She don't get along with her sisters. She doesn't get along with my brother. She don't get along with me.
well, I got one sister. She don't live very close, but uh, every once in a while she'll call just to be nosy. Mostly, she don't call me too much because she knows I won't give her any bull crap.
Yeah,
I won't put up with no bull crap. I mean, she starts being nosy and stuff. I don't. She don't can't get nothing from me. But my brother, my other brother, yeah, he'll tell he. I'd hate for him to be shot down behind enemy lines and they capture him. Could he tell him everything? He tell him everything.
my God, they're bouncing off the walls over here. I got a coat sitting on the back of a chair, and they're just like, the one sitting on the back of the chair like it's on King of the Mountain or something. The other ones are trying to knock it off. Oh, now they're fighting the fan. Hey, don't be disconnecting the fan. We need that. I can't really turn my camera. I would show them, but they're going nuts over there. I mean, they know when it's bedtime because I got a routine. And I got a little light over by the couch over there, so if I turn that little light on and turn everything else off in here, they settle down. And they're like, okay, now it's time for us to settle down, or Dad's gonna fuss at us. Yeah, Homestead Aquarius loves his Nutty Buddies. I tell you
I,
what,
I need to go take care of some business at the my employee lounge for a second too. Let me know
yeah,
what you
but
think about let me know what you think about this avatar picture.
there you go.
How you like that?
Yeah, I like that.
That's an old picture of the Maxwell Valley Road there
Oh,
off Rally
really?
Pike. Yeah, one of them.
Wow.
One of them's my cousin. My uncle. I can't remember which car he's in. I think it's that other at Ship Ford right there on the left. But I'll be right back.
All right. Oh no. No, no. The Nutty Buddy frozen treat that Garden Warrior Q showed us. Oh man, that looks so good. And what really made it just pop was the fact that it was so hot in the house still when I was watching that, and I thought, oh my god, that would be just just cool me down. But I went to Walmart the other day. I don't know what our Walmart has done. I don't know where Q is, Carol. I was wondering the same thing myself. But I was at Walmart the other day, and I was wondering what the heck have they done um, with all the ice cream. They used to have a huge ice cream selection, and Edie's is one of my favorite ice creams. It didn't have it. They had all this. Oh, Q has internet issues. Oh, I hope she gets it sorted out soon. My favorite from Edie's ice cream, or you call it Eddie's, however you want to, but is the peanut butter park. It's based on a rocky road, but it's just peanut butter ice cream with miniature uh, Reese cups in it, and oh man, that stuff's so good. And I was hoping they hoped that they would have it because I went over here at Dollar General. They have it, but it's expensive over there. And I was thinking that Walmart would have it, but it'd be cheaper. But that wasn't the case. It barely had anything in there.
Well,
Wow.
that moon. I stepped outside, but looking around outside, and I seen that looking at the moon. It was just a bright orange.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, we could. Well, I probably can't see it because of the ridge.
No, you can't see it from. I doubt it. Oh, you might be able to. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna see if the phone will let me. Let's see here.
Depends on where you got your camera set at.
Well, you know what? It might. I could just switch cameras. It's not a big deal. I was gonna bring it up on my phone and just go out there, but let's see if this security camera will pick it up. I do have pointed in that direction. No, let's see here. Settings. camera. HD. Why is it not real? Because I have my camera turned off. So no, you can't even see anything.
What happened, Barry? I don't see nothing.
Let's see here.
I like his picture better.
Went to solo layout, and it's not.
I'm sure everybody in chat would agree with me. This
There we
picture's
go.
better.
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing to see, is there? I think you can see some leaves off to the left, maybe if you squint.
I don't even see that. It looks dark. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I got you now. Barely. Oh my God, what's that?
I don't know. I don't know what those are. I'm assuming they're just bugs that look like.
It's not an orb. It's not an orb.
But I'm gonna look at the window real quick, and I'm pretty sure that I can't see it from here. But yeah, that's the disadvantage of that ridge. It blocks the moon and the sun. Oh no, it's back there behind the ridge. All I can see is the light from it. So yeah. I'm surprised that we can't see the little LED garden light up there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just switch back to this other one.
Ah!
Oh God!
The pain!
Right gear. Yeah, but I think it 5:30 or 6 in the morning is when it's like past the biggest part of the ridge there, and then I can kind of see it for a little bit. I'm gonna have to close. I'll have to end the stream here pretty soon because we got things to do, and if I stay up much later, I won't get up in the morning.
Yeah, if we're going to plan on doing anything in the morning before it gets hot, as far as running errands, I'm generally pretty good at getting up, if I have to early.
Yeah, I do. If I know that I have to be somewhere, I do get up. But if I don't have to, especially on the weekend, I take advantage of the weekends and I sleep as long as I want to because these allergies have the allergies on top of the weather is drained me. I just got all these plans and I got this garden out here to take care of, and I just don't have the energy to get up and do it because it just.
Yeah, I don't. On my garden, it's just hard to do anything. Of course, you can't. It's better to leave it alone till late in the afternoon anyway. But I've been fortunate to where I didn't have to do too much of that garden this year. I mean, last year when I had it right behind the house here, it was like every day. It seemed like, or at least 2 or 3 times a week, that I'd have to be out there chopping the daggone weeds out. I don't know what it is, but that very few weeds in that garden.
Is that Carol? Is that something that? Which one? Misfits or that other one that doesn't have a name? Carol, I'm confused.
I stay that way. I think that light right above my head. It's not that light you see above my head is not a idea that I had. Yeah, right. And I'm not glowing with animal magnetism or anything. It's just a light bulb.
You hear the aircraft?
Yeah, I heard that. No, that's a little bit too much light busting in my video camera. All right, well, I'll leave it that way. I don't care. I don't care less. I'll by the next time I'll have something better set up here.
I just moved one of my grow lights and I don't have it like aimed at me. I have it sort of sideways because if you look square into it, it blinds you.
Oh, you can't even see me.
Damn, they look great. Why'd you mess it
Oh
up?
my God! I'm gonna put this little thingamajig in there.
Watch that bulb be hot. The reflection puts a big white dot on your forehead.
Can you see that? Oh my God! Look at that.
Wow.
That's that flickering, short-circuiting light at the Halloween thing. What?
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, ain't it? Now I'm gonna keep it there. That's my new thingamajigger. From now on, when I'm in here, when I come on stream, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Where's he at? At a disco somewhere? Oh, he's. Now I got my light bulb. I'm gonna put it. Best little light bulb there was. They beat the LED bulb. When they first come out, I said, no, I like my old light bulbs. But I mean, you can't wear these things out.
Yeah.
I tried wearing them, constantly. We got one in the bathroom I leave on. It's been in there for as long as we've been here.
I don't know. The one in the kitchen's got some problems. And I'm gonna go over here and try to turn it on.
Oh, I feel something around my legs. I think it's a kitty. It is. It's a kitty. Well, say the kitty. I'll get the kitty. Say the kitty. Oh, the kitty. See my kitty. Meow. He's a gray kitty. You can't tell it because of the light, but it's a gray kitty. They said, what the crap?
Yeah, you can't even tell I turned it on. But I was in the kitchen trying to fix my supper, and the damn light just went off. And I'm like,
Ooh. Hello, me kitty. They said, leave me alone, man.
It's like, why is the lights blinking?
People drive by the office and say, what the hell? What's going on over in that house? So the red light flickering on. I know what it. Oh, okay. I know what it used to mean.
They have a lot of people around here have got different lights on their porches, like mean different things. Like the green one was like for COVID people they lost with COVID, right?
Yeah.
And then the blue one was to commemorate lost police officers.
I'm turned on solid red now. It ain't flashing. It's got a little switch on the side of it.
Blue was for the police officers that died on duty, right?
Yeah, I suppose
Oh,
to be.
cutie.
What do you
Yeah.
want, Smokey? Smokey.
Aw.
What do you want? What do you
I
want?
remember when James had a cat up there named Smokey. It was mean as hell. It. I was pretty sure. I was almost certain that it broke my hand because I was trying to calm it down enough so I could pick it up and put it back outside, and that thing wanted no part of it. Somehow
Oh,
it got in, and that thing was mean. I mean, it was just feral, and he got a hold of my hand, and my hand swelled up, and it felt like I broke my hand all over again, and it was like that for 2 weeks.
that's good enough light. I took one. I ain't gonna have both of the bulbs in there.
So I was pretty sure that it broke it, but I was still able to do a lot of stuff with my hand. I just had it wrapped up for a while.
Yeah.
Man, that he warned me about it. He said, "Nah, Smokey's pretty mean." I said, I see that." I found out the hard way. I was trying to get it out of my house so it wouldn't tear my cats up. And
Smokey.
it was like gray. No, I think it was black. It was.
Mother cat.
It was just,
I had another cat that was he was a gray like that. I called him Smokey. Called him Little Smokey. Because here's Little Smokey. And my neighbors got two cats over there, and one I seen they had a little gray cat over there. I said, that can't be my cat. And she was
Yeah.
calling it Smokey. I said, oh my God, somebody's gonna get confused here. But anyway. Boy, this channel is live and jumping up and down. Everybody's just, I don't know. I'm not seeing too much action.
we kind of offer them some entertainment, and they have a little place to chat for a little while. It's not everybody likes to use Messenger. I totally get that.
So Barry, down below here on this screen here, it says right next to says Leaf Studio. It says having issues. Well, I have several issues, but I mean, do I click that to address them, or do I?
Yeah, that's a complaint department for
Yeah.
StreamYard. I've had a few, but here lately it's been working right.
Yeah.
And the go live button would not show up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was there, and you can't go live unless you have the go live button. And that happened several times. I had to close it out, delete that broadcast, and start a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, after doing it twice, it worked.
And it's just like everything else. It takes a while to get the bugs out of the platform, It ain't been out very long, StreamYard ain't.
Nah. I'm not sure which way it go. Was it Melon that bought StreamYard or StreamYard bought Melon? But they pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah.
They just have different features.
I see a lot of people use StreamYard.
Well, I tell you what, them cats sound like they're building a whole new house back there.
I'm only going to use that flashing red light when I do my stream. On my paranormal stream website. I'm learning things. I had the idea. Actually, when I bought this, that's my idea, was to have it during my stream. And two, I want to give people seizures when they watch my stream. But it goes, there'll be a lot of people get a lot of complaints from YouTube. I was watching a stream that gave me Caesars. Yes, the Kentucky Goblins. That's where I got my name from. The Kentucky Goblins of I'm the little town is on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember. Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville. And that's a long story right there on all that. They swore up and down that happened.
And Kentucky has its fair share of some pretty paranormal stuff, and
Yeah, those goblins, creatures, whatever. They swore up and down that it happened, and nobody would believe them. And the evidence was pretty clear that they didn't shoot their house up for nothing.
Yeah.
You know. Well, nowadays you'd think it would be normal, I guess. But there's a lot of happens around Somerset, Kentucky, in that area. Yeah, just look it up. I can't remember what it's how you would name it. Just type in Kentucky Goblin, and it should come up. Hopkinsville, goblins or something like that. They got different names for it, but they're mostly known for as Kentucky Goblin. It's a big story that and Helena, there was a video. A group of people made a video called Helena. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And it was all about that. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it was a series from Planet Weird on YouTube. Planet Weird on YouTube, and you look it up on that and look up at group, and you'll see it. It's very interesting. I watched it. Even got one episode about the Somerset, Kentucky, in there, and it talk about the cave systems under here and everything. Which I'm pretty sure there's a cave system. There's a cave not too far from here. I know there is one on that ridge back there. I plan on going there and hiding out if I can find it.
Okay, let's see. There's one documentary.
Go to Are you on Planet Weird site on YouTube?
No, I found one on YouTube, so I put it down in the chat, and then
you have to start the first episode and just watch all of them. It's a bunch of them.
Good Times Homestead was trying to find your channel, and I know I'm subbed to it, but I can't get it to come up in my
mine. You'll have to go to. It's not on my. I have my paranormal channel is Shadow Valley Paranormal.
Okay, right.
On YouTube. I don't have that many. I put a few things out there on a video, but I haven't been doing anything to it for a while yet lately. Just been busy other things. I should put more stuff out, but
it's got a picture of a spirit on it.
That had a little ghost-looking thing.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got wings on it. That's it.
Let's see.
But if anybody's interested, just go to the YouTube and search for Planet Weird. Bring that group up and then go to their site and you'll see it. Helen, I think it's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there we go. Carol already beat me to it. She's quick. She's right on it.
But you have to watch all of them. That way, you'll. It's very interesting. I watched them all, and they also got DVD out of the same series.
Cool.
It's been on Tubi and Pluto. Tubi, I know.
You just got more subscribers just now.
Well, I didn't have it many stars. I had like 32 or something like that. I never did try too hard.
This bunch gives everybody a chance. They're not bashful.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Anything will help. I just ain't been too on top of it lately, and I usually try to go with all the time. Doing some kind of paranormal stuff, cemetery stuff, but
Cats.
I don't deal in Bigfoots or anything like that. Of course, there's a possibility there might be some around here, but
not just ask Carol about the Bigfoots and stuff back here behind my house.
Mm-hmm.
We've joked about that for a year now.
Well, I know I could tell you some tales that my dad and them had. They experienced something coon hunting one night that my dad was very hard to scare on anything, especially when it comes to being in the woods or anything. And I tell you what, it was enough to he didn't want to go back in there of a night like that again. And,
yeah.
And he told us so many times. My cousin told the same tale that they were coon hunting. I'll just give you a brief overview of it. They was coon hunting right back here behind and in front of my house, back here on the ridge back there, and they were coon hunting, dogs running. And all of a sudden, they kept on hearing this big old grunting. It sounded like they first thought it might have been a bear, but it was riding trees over, right in between them. And it would ride trees and branches. And they said it was big. You could tell it was big from the way it was sounding. The way it was walking on two legs, they said. And
Dang.
And they tried to see if they could get a sight of it. And they never could see it, but they could. It was getting closer to them. And I think my dad or my cousin had a pistol, and they fired some shot, just emptied it right into them, whatever it was, and they just broke out. They got the, what out of there, and the dog. It was so bad that the dogs didn't want. They were scared to death. The dogs were.
Dang.
And the next time, my dad never go back up there on a night like that. But my cousin went back. Him and his other cousin went with him, and they experienced the same thing, same situation. But
what brought up that the Bigfoots and aliens with my place was I had mentioned that I hear tree knocks up there a lot.
Well, they say that's part of the Bigfoot lore. I'm froze up here. Let me unplug this, then do it back again. Yeah. Yeah, they I think they say it's part of the.
Uh-oh.
What did you do, Barry?
I didn't do anything. It said you lost signal.
No, my video, my cam is not. No, maybe it's not hooked in. I'll use that. I don't care. Anyway, my paranormal investigations. I try to be. I wanted to do some Bigfoot stuff, but that's a type of a thing that you can't put your finger on, and neither can ghosts either. Or hauntings. You can't really put your finger on that either, but it's more substantial, and you can wrap your finger around it better than you can the Bigfoot, in my opinion. Not to say that they're not back here, which I'm from the tales I've heard and everything, it's a pretty good idea. But
Very good possibility, Carol, and we don't. I want to say that if it was a shadow person, I think shadow people are demons, and I hope I'm wrong about that. But how else can you explain a creepy dark figure?
could have been Jason Voorhees.
Chasing after the youth group girls.
Mm-hmm. Might as well. Was you next to a lake? No, the Bigfoot thing, that you see, there's a lot of different sites you can, and different channels on YouTube and everything talk about it. And it's all very interesting. And I just never did concentrate on it because, yes, demons are real. Absolutely.
Old ways, my opinion with and I may just be totally off base with this, and most of us are because we're still trying to figure out what the heck things are. But I think, given what's happening in the world these days, that these what they're calling aliens, what if they're demons? What if these aliens are demons? What if these visitors we're seeing and flying around, which now the government wants to say, oh, they exist. We have stuff we can't figure out and it's flying around. Well,
I don't know.
I wonder, I just wonder if demons.
On the UFO thing, I've never seen one that I thought it met the description. I've seen things in the sky that was highly unusual, but that's another subject that I never did get too much into because it was, I figured it was a little bit beyond my expertise, as far as anything paranormal, which it's all, in my opinion, goes along with it. But when in most channels, most paranormal channels, they try to dive into all the aspects of it. Yes, they are. I do believe they are. I do believe aliens are demons. They're part of the fallen angels. That's what they are, in my opinion.
Well, at some point, and the Bible says this, that at some point, the devil has free reign on the earth, and he has his minions. So it only stands to reason that
I'm not drinking beer. I'm drinking soda. I just want to make it clear to everybody before.
It's what I can't understand. They say you can't. Well, technically, I wasn't supposed to smoke on camera. Well, we're okay to drink. We could drink a beer, or we could drink whiskey, and I think there's some channels probably smoking weed right in front of people.
I probably shouldn't even show that can. That might be a copyright strike.
Smoking cigarettes and curse words that you haven't waited 15 minutes. You have to wait like 15 minutes into the live before you can say your first curse word. I try really hard to not, try not to cuss on here.
Well, Sunshine there said that they were out of our complete understanding. Well, They are if you don't understand it. It's what you're dealing with. They can, well, they are angels. They're fallen angels. You got to understand all that. But we might be getting off topic, but
Oh no, I think one one thing that people appreciate is, hey, Frank's gonna knock that glass over a candle and break that glass on it. But it, there's I would rather have you on here and people know a little bit about your background than have them go, well, who's this dude? I mean, we
well, I
know
don't.
that Kentucky Goblin is our friend, is Barry's friend, but we don't know much about him. So,
Well, I ain't one to brag about anything. I in my past, a lot of people they'll get on their tooth the horn. I've done this. I've done that. I was in EMS and fire department for about 25 years and retired out 2010. Well, I didn't retire. I just got out of it. EMS completely and all that. You know, when you working doing that kind of work, EMS, emergency medical services, and you see you work full time at it, you tend to see quite a bit of things that well, if you don't have your faith, then you'll soon get it. You soon will. And if you don't, you better be checking yourself because you got something seriously wrong with you. And the same way with the military. I never was in the military. I'll tell you that right now. I never had my chances to go, but never did, and wish did. I wished I did. My son's in the military right now. He's in the National Guard. He went back into it. He was out of it and he went back into it. But I'm proud of him for that aspect of it. But no, I figured really since I couldn't get in the military, I'd get into some other way that I could help people. And, you know, done that for, it didn't seem that long, but yeah, it's been about 25 years I was into it. Volunteer on the fire department. I volunteered, and then my full time job was in EMS. After a while, that got really stressful.
I know we were talking about this yesterday, and that I think I said something to the line along the lines that I'm betting you're glad you're not in it now because
Oh no, I
of
wouldn't.
the meth and everything else.
You know,
I shouldn't have said that word on here.
a deputy sheriff in the next county from us in Lincoln. He's a good friend of mine. I known him for years, and he was my boss in EMS. And he was telling me, he said, "Do you know, man? I've never seen so much drug overdoses in this county." He was talking about Lincoln. He said, "We at least have at least to Narcan at least 3 times a day. We'll have a run that we'll have to Narcan somebody 3 times a day, and every day.
Mhm.
When I work, you might have an occasional overdose just every once in a great while, and it was mostly just pills. It wasn't the stuff you got now. And I'm glad. I'm ever so glad I wasn't in it. I'm not in it now."
Yeah.
Yeah, I've as a volunteer firefighter, yes, I've had to experience some really bad stuff now, and in EMS even worse. I mean, you talk about PTSD and military veterans. You get that in that too if you're in there long enough. If you see the stuff, yeah, you'll get it too. It is a thing if you let it bother you. Even right now, sometimes I'll think about some of the, you know, bad things that'll just pop in your mind. You'll be sitting there, all of a sudden, poof, it'll pop in your mind. You start to thinking about it. Barry knows the guy that I was talking about, the one that passed away in his house. Randy. I made that run to his house, and as soon as the tone dropped, I'll tell you a little short story on that for those who want to listen to it. Made that the tone dropped, and at first, you hear the address, and really don't pay much attention to it. You just go to it, and as we got closer and closer, I said, "I know where we're going." I told my partner, I said, "I know exactly where we're going," and I was hoping it wasn't. I thought it might have been Barry. I know he lived right next to him. We got there, it was him. It was the other guy I know for a while. Good friend. Been dead about 3 days. 4. Died of they said he died of a overdose of sugar. He sugar bombed out evidently and just passed on. So went to sleep, never did wake back up. That right there bothered me for a long time. A very long time.
I was living next to him.
You
talking about stretcher?
Yeah.
Yeah. I lived right next to him, didn't even know it.
That bothers me, and you just run on things like that. And I was hoping, prayed every time I went to work that I wouldn't have to make a run to somebody I knowed. If it was just a minor or something, that's different. But having to go to their house when they're dead, that would be and it finally wound up him being somebody I knowed, and eventually it's going to happen eventually if you're in it long enough. But firefighting.
I got fussed at for not checking on him.
Yeah, well.
And I was like, but I mean, I kept I liked it. I tried to give him his privacy at the same time, be his friend. And, he was always leaving out to do something, and I just assumed that he wasn't home.
Yeah. I think it caught everybody off guard, completely by surprise.
Chris is the one that fussed at me, and I said, I was like, dude, I lost a friend too. It wasn't just him. Yep. It wasn't just Chris that lost a friend. It was a lot of people that did.
Yeah.
And
he was a friend to most people, but to some other people, they it was his worst enemy. He was their worst enemy.
Yeah.
But he was a good old boy. But, you run on things like that, you do that kind of work. Was the police officer or firefighter, EMT, or whatever. You do that long enough, you'll run into stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
My hats off to the. Yeah, he was diabetic.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
And sometimes he would cheat, and pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah, it was rough. That bothered me worse than anything else I experienced. Even after that,
saw his wife and daughter. His wife was going through his stuff, and I was like, that's not how much that cost. It was like I sought more sentimental value, but she didn't, and she was just like,
She just want to get rid for the money.
What would you give for that? You know, or what would you, you know, how much is this? And I'm like,
Depends on how you look at it.
because I was still trying to get with grips that he was gone. Woman, really? I mean, I know she was gone, but you know, they have some respect, woman. That's the way I looked at it.
You know, stuff like that. And what bothered me the most is little kids. When you had to make a run for a little kid, a child, especially one that had been mistreated,
Oh God.
not in a sexual way, but just just neglected.
Yeah.
That bothered me quite a bit too. You know, it would bother any sane person, but
Oh, kitty, no, get down.
that's the way that stuff went on a daily basis. You never did know, and some days wouldn't even have a run. You wouldn't even make one run. I've worked several shifts. But the most we ever done was wash the trucks. That's all we could do. There was nothing else going on. And some of the guys in the building say, "Well, we're having a slow day, man." I said, "Man, this is a good day.
Yeah.
When there's nobody sick, then that's a good day." That's how I looked at it. That's how I looked at it, you know. And they just couldn't. What's wrong with you? Yeah, if there's nobody, if that ambulance is not going out, then it's a good day because nobody's sick or hurt.
Yeah, Carol, he was buried on the property. I mean,
No, yeah,
that would have been a very hard piece of land to sell. And
she was just wanting the money. That's all she.
Yeah.
She didn't care about the expenses.
Yep.
Any normal person would, that would fit any other normal person.
Wash the trucks and make chili.
Yeah, well, we done that too, and catch the supervisor when he left or something, and then that's when we would mess around and sleep. Oh, but when it did get busy, there's been many a day that I never did. When we left out that morning, I never would come back to the building until just about dark, and you were dragging, and a whole lot of times we done that and was out most of the night, and hardly ever got no sleep. Sometimes it was, it take, I'm not saying this to be bragging or anything, but it takes, in my belief, it takes a special person to do that. I'm not saying I'm special or anything, but it's a good life experience for people, but it's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's and nowadays it's even worse. We had our occasional crazy person. We'd have to, what we called our routine person, and we had to go to their address. As soon as we know they told the address over there, we know exactly who it was. You get those. I've had to. Me and my partner, we got a call one night and went to this apartment complex. Went up there and walked up the stairs. He knocks on the door. He goes, and we were standing there. Here comes the door opened up, and there's this old gal standing there with not a stitch of clothes on. We were sitting there, and both of us was kind of, stunned. Who was expecting something like that? What's wrong with you? Besides the fact you don't have no clothes on, which is You know, you run on them too. It was fun. You know, you had your good times and bad times, but it's mostly bad, unfortunately. And
Kitty.
people think you never get any thanks for it, which I didn't do it for the thanks or praise, but after a while you think, well, does anybody appreciate it? What you do? And then it'll be that time when somebody will walk up to you say and thank you for what you done. That made up for it all when that
Yeah.
happened, you know. But you went to a time, you know, thinking that people didn't care. But firefighting was a little different. You'd run up on your occasional wrecks and stuff like that, but I've had a couple of instances where people had been burnt up in the house and you had to deal with that. This whole family got burnt up in the house. Kids, and the mother.
Funny.
There wasn't nothing left of them. It was very undistinguishable and everything. We had to put them in body bags and all that after the coroner looked at them. So that was rough. When you ain't got nothing on, when you go into a house and it's fully engulfed, and you feel the heat on your turnout gear, your coat, the heat, and you think in the back of your mind for a split second that that's the only thing that's protecting you is that coat you got on, and you come out of there in one piece, you're doing all right.
Yeah. Yep.
I tell you,
It's we went a little bit past the hour and a half mark, but we had good conversation. I think as far as cutting it loose for the night, I think we need to do that because we
yeah,
both got things to do tomorrow.
yeah. Well, I hope I entertained everybody. This is like the Gong Show, and I'm the contestant. Everybody banged the gong on, so everybody knows what the Gong Show is.
But folks, we'll do this again, and I'm sure if Kentucky Goblin's comfortable with it, we'll do it more. And
Yeah, I'm around anytime you want me to, Barry.
you know, I'm thinking, and we'll find out next Sunday. But I'm thinking that link stays the same. That link I gave you for StreamYard, but
Okay.
don't quote me on it. I think it does, but
Righty.
Anyway, I think we're going to call it for the night, and we appreciate you guys. You've been a good audience and interacted with us, and it's really what it's all about. And so, got anything you want to add, Randy? Just say what you want to, or we say good night, Irene. Think you froze on us. Yep. I know someone else who has a camera that freezes on them. Oh, there you go. You're back.
No, I was just being real still and cautious. Yes. All right, Barry. I'm gonna get off here then, dude, and we'll see you there in the morning.
All righty.
Everybody have a good night.
Thanks for coming up.
All right, thank you.
All right, everybody. Everyone have a great night. Thank you for coming to this live stream, and we'll try to do this more often. And it'll be 11 o'clock every Sunday night. So y'all take care of yourselves out there. Keep your head on swivel. If you have any questions about communications or anything in radio, just let me know. I'll do my best to answer. And my email address is on my About page. So, South Florida Sunshine Carol, thank you. Good Times Homestead with Jan and Steve. Ragnarok's Homestead. Gear Riding, Homestead Aquarius. Everybody, if I've missed you, I appreciate you being here. Everybody have a good night. We're gone.